With percent complete billing, you define how far you're on a project and bill accordingly. It's normally used for fixed price invoices. It determines the amount to be invoiced by calculating the percentage of completion. This is based on actual usage, amount or quantity, in relation to contract budget, amount or quantity. The suggested invoice amount may be changed as needed. Let's create a new project without using the wizard. Let's create 2 tasks and a billing task. Although the right way to do it is by setting up a project template and a task template. We'll set the invoicing type to percent complete. You can do this individually for resources, items and expenses. Now we'll just do it for resources and items. Enable the percent complete billing and various fields will appear. Enable the option for resources and items. Decide whether to allow to override the completion percent or not. Decide what the complete percent is based on, either quantity or cost. When handling hours and other countable-like items, relying solely on quantity can be difficult. Using 17% of the pieces doesn't necessarily mean that the project is 17% complete. For most scenarios, cost is the best option. To count hours exclusively, use quantity. Set a billing level to define the level of granularity for calculating the completion. There are 4 different options, but only 2 perspectives. One is on the project level, rolling up all budget and usage on the whole project. We use this percentage on the contract value to determine how much to invoice. The other school of thought is by task. It considers budget, usage, completion percent, and contract amount by task. You get 1 line per task on the invoice. Let's take the simplest scenario to start with, project summary. You have to select a task for this, where the actual sale will go to. Decide whether to have a contract amount or not. Enter the account for posting. If you don't enter a contract amount, it will use the budgeted amount. Now create a budget for this. Use the budget matrix to put in some time for resources. You now have a total budget. If you calculate the current percentage, it's naturally 0%, since there hasn't been any usage yet. Enter some time on the project. A few hours on both tasks. Submit the timesheet to get usage on the project. Back on the project plan, you can see both total budget and total usage. The column for percentage completion calculation counts by quantity. It's an indication. Click on Calculate Percent Complete Billing. You get the budgeted quantity and the actual quantity, although we're looking at amounts on this project. You also get actuals and the complete percentage. The contract amount in this case is $4,000 because of a price list defining an hourly rate of $100. That's the amount you may override on the project card to enter an amount independent of your budget. That's the total to invoice because there's been no prior calculation to invoice for it. Since you previously allowed it, you can change the percent complete. Generate the percent complete invoice based on the overridden percent. Next time you do a complete percent calculation, it will only create an invoice for the difference. The principle is the same for the task model, but you'd get several lines on the invoice.